here, as you can see, I've received a proof request, and what we're demonstrating here is we've added a little bit more context around things like proof requests or credential offers, such as a request reason, so the requester is able to include some information of why they're asking for the request. We could see what the request actually is, and we could go ahead and see that we have a credential that fits what they're looking for, which I will select, confirm the selection, and I could submit. And so with this new feature, what we're hopeful to do is just add a lot more context when there are different types of interactions like credential offers or proof requests that happen. The second update is that we've made some changes to our secure messaging over DIDCOM feature, make it a little bit more intuitive. You could have a secure message over DIDCOM with different connections of yours. So we only support interactions from edge to cloud. So if you were talking to an organization or someone acting on behalf of an organization using cloud, or even someone just using a cloud agent, we'll be looking to add a feature for chat peer-to-peer, edge-to-edge in the future. But we're hopeful that the enhancement in this feature makes it a little bit easier to do secure messaging use cases. We've also made some updates to the connections feature within the mobile wallet. So if I go within one of my connections here, I'm starting to get some information such as their identifiers. I have one of their public identifiers here. You can imagine more identifiers being added in the future. I could start a secure messaging channel with them just by clicking on this messaging icon here. And I can also discover some services that they offer, such as credential issuances. So I could see a couple of credentials that they issue as a university. And if I wanted to request for one of these to be issued, I could place a request to them, and I could actually type in the information I would like to get from them. So we're hoping that this feature will get more and more useful for service discovery and initiating trust tasks with peers. And last but not least, we made some updates to how credentials are displayed within the wallet. And so you can see here we have two different types of credentials. My two top ones are based on the Uncreds format, which come through Aries protocols, whereas the ones on the bottom come through OpenID for VC protocols and are either JWTs or JSON LD credential formatted credentials. Within the OpenID credentials, branding comes as part of the payload, so I'm able to get the branding within the credentials. However, that's not the case with Uncreds or credentials that come over Aries protocols. And so what we've done here is we've added support for overlays capture architecture, which allows us to add overlays to data on the device, including credential branding information. So you can see here for the Sira.ca verified credential in my wallet, I have Sira branding on it, on the card itself and the logo of the issuer, Sira in that case, and also a link to view their governance. When I click on the card, I'll see my information here. One of the other things we've added is, again, more technical information, not necessarily the type of information that should be user-facing, but what we're trying to do here as we're continuing to do work on our governance or trust registry product, we want to start making it easier and easier to be able to query third-party systems like trust registries to get kind of the status on connections of yours. So I would be able to see that my connection who issued me this credential is actually sitting on authoritative lists, and it's up to me to make decisions from there. But we're hopeful this is a good start to start linking more governance to credentials itself, building trust. We also are adding an overlay to link governance documentation within credentials. So if I click on here, I'll be taken to Sira's website, who is hosting the governance documentation for this credential in question.